Hey me fam, welcome back to my channel Through Me Lens. It's your girl Michaela Edrup and I'm back with another video, and we're doing another cooking video. So this is another segment of Mickey Cooks, and today I will be showing you guys how to cook a beginner friendly collard green recipe. So today I just want to show you a quick little the recipe that I've been using for the past year now. I just been building on it and making it better, and I want to share it for you guys so you guys can start trying it at home. For those of you guys who want to make collard greens but just like, I don't know how, it seems hard. It's really not. It's really easy. So I won't hold up. Let's go ahead and get started with this video. So turn on the stove. I'm going to take some olive oil and just lightly coat the bottom of the pan around just like this. It was only a little bit in there. Let me go and get a little bit more. So I ran out of my first one, so I'm going to use some more of this. And this is the basil oil, sunflower, garlic oil, and herb. I'm just going to use a little bit of this and coat the bottom of the pan. So your olive oil, you should just lightly coat it. It should look like this on the bottom. Just lightly coat as such. And then what I forgot to mention is that you do need some minced garlic. You're going to take a tablespoon of minced garlic. You're going to take a tablespoon of minced garlic and just go ahead and put a tablespoon in the pot. And you're just going to go ahead and stir that around, just like that. Then you're going to go ahead and add in your onions to the pot. So this is what it looks like. And you're just going to go ahead and stir that in. You're going to let that simmer and stir and saute that a little bit. Here's my collards. I'm just going to go ahead and start adding it in. Now do keep in mind that collards are going to shrink just a little bit. So it may fill up the pot all the way, but just keep in mind that it will shrink just a little bit. So I'm going to just go ahead and add the collards to the pot like this. And then kind of stir it a little bit. But I'm gonna add just a little water so my it won't burn, just a little bit. You can hear it steaming already. So I just added it in. I'm just gonna stir the collards just a little bit, just so that like it could get lightly coated with the olive oil, the excess olive oil that's on the bottom. And then now what I am about to go ahead and do is take my vegetable broth and I'm going to just pour it in. And this is going to be the I don't know if you guys are aware, pretty much the broth that I'm going to be using to make the collard green juice. And you don't need the whole thing. You only need half of this. I don't personally like my collards to be too juicy, like brothy. Like I don't want it to be soup. You just need some to like coat it to keep it when it starts steaming. I'm stirring it. I'm probably gonna just add a little bit more. All right. So literally I still have a little bit left in there. I didn't use the whole thing. It's probably like this much left, so not the whole thing, but majority of it you'll use. I'm gonna put this on medium heat. So the main thing about collards really is that you just have to make sure it cooks down. But for right now, we're just gonna let this steam up and get a little warm. That's what I'm saying. This is a quick and easy collard green recipe. It's really easy. So I'm gonna come and let this cook for 20 minutes, and yeah, about 20 minutes. I will come back on here once this gets a little cooked down, and I'm adding the seasonings to show you how that looks. Be right back. And honestly, you just need to check and see, make sure that your collards has shriveled down a little bit. I'm about to show you what I'm talking about. So as you see how it cooked down some, and it's more steam and it's more bright in color. So when it gets that way, that is when you want to start adding your seasonings, so it could really start cooking and savoring those seasonings. So the seasonings we're going to use for this, I'm going to start off again with the seasoned salt. Just add a little bit of the seasoned salt in here, just like this. You're going to add some black pepper. Get your seasoning and add it into here. Just like that. Then you're gonna add a little bit of the garlic salt. Just a dab, not too much. Like that. And that is all. I'm gonna go ahead and stir this. And then we're just gonna go ahead and put this on a low heat, kind of like medium low heat, and literally just let the collards soak in that juice and soak in all of the amazing seasonings and juices. And that's it. Honestly, if you want to, sometimes if you want a little more spice, go ahead and put some crushed red pepper. But today I don't really want a spicy, like on a spicy type of collards. I just want something just nice and seasoned, so I'm not going to add it. But if you want more like a spicy hint, hotness to it, go ahead and add the crushed red pepper. And we're gonna let this cook. All right, so it's been about estimated probably about 20 minutes now. I'm gonna go ahead and check on my collard greens. So I had already added, like I saw you guys seen, I added the seasonings in. It's been cooking in the seasoning. So this is around the time where I will taste test just to make sure the seasonings is to my liking. So I'm gonna take my little bowl here, my little testing bowl, and just get a little bit like this. You see how it looks, and just put it on here. And I try to get a little bit of the soup just to get the broth, just to make sure this is how I want it to taste. And from there you could either, you know, add more seasonings to your liking. But let me see. Let's see. It's a little hot. Savory. This is really good. So, oh, I can't wait for this to be finished. This is gonna be so good. Now, I'm just gonna let those leaves cook down into the juice so it can get really tender. So when I bite into it the next time, it'll just be nice, soft, and juicy, and not hard and tough to chew. Because that's what takes a little longer with collard greens. Collard greens is not like kale and spinach where it only takes about, what, 10 minutes, if that, to cook down. Like, you really have to cook the collard greens to make sure those leaves are not tough. So I'm going to do that. But before I go ahead and just let this simmer down and cook, I'm going to go ahead and, I did tell you guys you was going to need some vinegar, so I'm going to go ahead and add some vinegar. You could either use apple cider vinegar or distilled white vinegar. It's up to you. I've used both. I feel like distilled white vinegar gives it more of a sweeter taste, so it's just up to you. So I'm going to go ahead, just not that much. I'm only going to use a capful. So I'm just going to go ahead and add my capful of vinegar. Maybe a little bit more than that. Just that. I don't want too much. And then I personally, and this is something that I learned from my grandmother, I am going to add a little bit of sugar to my collard greens. So this is my sugar. I'm just going to go ahead and pour, I don't know if you can see that. Just go ahead and pour just a little bit of sugar. Just like this. That's it. And then I'm going to stir it, and we're going to just let this cook. So this is what they look like. And you see how it cooked all the way down. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get some of what we call the pot liquor. And pot liquor is literally just the juices of collard greens. It's called pot liquor. And if you guys didn't know, anytime you're sick, you have a cold, go ahead and you could actually drink the pot liquor like soup. Because that's what I do. And we always say to save your pot liquor because never throw it out. You can always use the juice and like drink it as tea, broth, and all that. It's really good for you. I'm going to taste test it. This is what they look like, the final results of them. I think, oh, I spilled the thing. And I think they're going to turn out amazing. So the consistency of it, I cut mine fairly thin. I'll taste it. This is good. Grandma, you want to do a taste test? Okay, guys, literally those collard greens taste amazing, and I cannot wait to have it with my dinner tonight. I'm going to eat those with some baked chicken wings. And again, like I said, this recipe is fairly easy for my beginner cooks. You guys can make this at home. It doesn't require all the extraness of the cooking, like turkey neck or whatever meat bone that you use to cook in your collard greens. We're not doing all that this time around. That's why it's very beginner friendly. Guys, okay guys, I hope you really enjoyed this recipe, and I hope you do incorporate it in your dishes at home. If you do, go ahead and comment below and let me know how you like the recipe. Yeah, and that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this segment of Mickey Cooks. I love doing these segments because I love cooking, and I have to figure out what I'm going to do for you guys next time. But until then, subscribe to this channel below. You guys have a wonderful night, day, or whenever time you're watching this. Love and blessings always. Until next time, bye.